Are you trying to build your teacher seller business and you have absolutely no idea what to invest in or when you should invest? Are you asking yourself questions like, what email provider should I use? What course platform should I do if I want to create a course? Should I be investing in clip arts and fonts? What other sorts of investments are there that I'm not even aware of? And so in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through what I currently am investing in to make my teacher seller business happen, along with other things that I've used in the past that I've really enjoyed, things that haven't necessarily been the best. And then that way you can make an educated decision as to what you need to do to help advance your business to where you want it to go. If you're new here, my name is Rainey. I'm the Timely Teacherpreneur. I help teacherpreneurs master their time and energy while scaling their business so that they can ditch the hustle and grind, break up with busy, and stop sacrificing their mental health. And this channel is where you will find all types of productivity tips, tricks, and strategies to help you be the best teacherpreneur and teacher seller that you can be. If you're not a teacher seller, and you've never done TPT before, and you're not even sure what Teachers Pay Teachers is, this channel will still help you. There's tons of productivity tips here and there, but I really talk specifically to like TPT and teachers that are building their own business. So if that is not you, then I would recommend not subscribing because you're never gonna watch any of my videos. So I don't know about you, but I've always been really interested in when other people are sharing what they're investing in and what they've used that has worked well in their business, what they've done that of course has not worked well in their business, and just like seeing behind the scenes of like what a person uses and what they don't. So I figured I would just talk through all of the things that I'm currently investing in my business and things that I invested in from the start that has been monumental to me having a good TPT seller business. So I'm gonna grab my list and we're just gonna get started. All right, let's start first with the things that only pertain to TPT, Teachers Pay Teachers, since most of the people that are watching this only have a TPT business. They don't have another teacherpreneur business outside of this. So of course, the most important thing would be the premium seller membership, which there's a lot of things that come and perks that come with being a premium seller. The main one being that you don't lose nearly as much money on all of your products. So it's only $59.95 a year. Mine upgrades every July. And let me make sure I read this right. You get a higher commission on each of your items sold, and you get no transaction fees for purchases that are under $3. Whereas if you don't have that, then all your purchases will have that. But if it's underneath $3 or more, a 15-cent transaction fee will apply. And you have access to premium features and premium tools. I have not regretted it one bit because there is so much money to be lost by not having that premium membership. So if you're actually serious about growing your business, then you're gonna wanna invest in the premium membership for TPT. Plus, they just announced this, hopefully by the end of the year, they should be doing direct deposit only for premium sellers. No more dealing with PayPal and all of that mumbo jumbo. So that's even more of an incentive for you to jump on board. Then within TPT, I also invest in fonts and clip arts. Now, I am an elementary music teacher, so I love fonts and I love crazy clip arts and all of the things. However, I have my specific fonts that I use for all of my products and my specific brand or person for clip arts. I use Educlips for all of my clip art. I'll link her down below. Her stuff is amazing. And then I use Perfectly Blended font for all of my fonts. I use two different people. I use them and I use KG fonts. I'll tag both of them. But font is definitely something that you'll probably want to invest in. And as you start to get more figuring out what your brand is and things, you'll figure out what fonts work for you and what don't. I don't recommend changing your font for every single product. And then clip art, find a person that you're really interested in and you're invested in and you love their clip art and use them so that you become consistent throughout all of your stuff. Now, do you have to use clip art? No. If you're in elementary, you definitely should. It makes everything cuter. I would recommend just using it all the time. But fonts and clip arts help enhance your products, make them look a lot nicer. So it's definitely something to start thinking about as you're moving into that direction. Some other tools that I've invested in for my TPT business that have been amazing have been Flatpack by Bearwood Labs and then their product tools descriptions editor. So Flatpack is this nice little add-on that you can add to your PowerPoint. I believe it's about 60 or 70. I can't exactly remember. They just came out with a beta one for Mac, so they have it for Mac as well. But it's an add-on that you add to your PowerPoint, and basically when you save your PowerPoints, it will flatten all the images for you in one foul swoop, like to the point where like they can't even take the background off of the page. And so normally the way you would have to do that is you would have to, save the file as a JPEG, and then you would have to individually drag each picture onto each set of the slides so if you have like 60 slides, you would have to do that 60 times. This does it in the span of 5 seconds. You just press Save As with the Flatpack button, and it flattens all the images for you. Game changer, so that nobody can steal your clip art and your fonts and things. Now, the other thing though is if you have a hyperlink or something that you want people to be able to click on, you have to make sure to click the button that says do not flatten before you press save as, because if you don't do that, it's just going to flatten everything. And so that's really, really, really helpful. And it also allows you to not have to pay for Adobe, which I had to pay about $10 a month for to save PDFs and secure them, because it also has a secure PDF section as well. And so when you save your PDFs through them, it secures them as well, so nobody can steal it in that regard. So Flatpack has been an absolute game changer for my business. I definitely recommend investing in it. As far as their product tools editor go, which I mentioned this all in a previous video, and I actually shared how to use both of them. So I'm going to link that video up here so that you can watch that. And the product tools descriptor one, I like that one because instead of you having to go and grab all of the individual links for all of your products, and then, hyperlinking them, being like related products here. Instead, it'll pull up your entire store and it'll pull down a checklist of your products, and you'll just click the ones that you want to go under this product for related products. And it's super, super easy. So those were both things that I actually didn't know about until last year. I wish I had known about that when I started my business. So if you're having to do that flatten image thing all by yourself still, or you're having to pay a subscription to flatten and secure your PDFs and things, go get Bearwood Labs underneath here. I will link it so that you are not missing out. And then of course I use PowerPoint for most of my stuff, which I didn't have to buy that because it just comes on my computer because it's PC. But if you're Mac, and you could use Keynote instead, but you could also just get a subscription to Microsoft Word. You can have that on your Mac. But of course I use that. And then I also use Canva to create some of my thumbnails and to create my video GIFs and all of those things for my digital slide products, because they won't let you have a video preview, which is very, very annoying. I use Canva for everything. I use it for everything in my business. I use it for social media graphics. I use it for blog post images. I use it for Pinterest. I use it for TPT. I use it for all the things. I have a pro membership. It's about $13 a month. But honestly, it was really worth it because you're allowed to use all of their photos in your stuff, and they have tons of stock images to choose from. It's really, really great. They have mock-ups like of laptops and iPads and tablets and all of the things. It's been exponentially phenomenal. They do have a free account for educators, but you can only use that for your classroom. If you create anything for your business, then you can't use it. So that's why I have to pay for Pro anyway. But it's definitely worth something to invest in if you've never used Canva. It's life-changing. I'll probably do a video on here soon of the top things I use Canva for in my business. But Canva is something that you're going to want to start using if you've not used it before. And then the next things that I'm going to start talking about, I use for my business in general. It's not just focused for TPT. It's also focused for my Teacherpreneur productivity business and just for my business as a whole. And this is in no specific order. I'm just going to go down the line. So let's start with who I use for my email provider, because I do have an email list. I use the same email provider for both my Whimsically Musical email list, which is for just my music teacher people, and then I have my Timely Teacherpreneur email list for my productivity Teacherpreneur people. And so I use Flodesk. I am obsessed with Flodesk. I actually have an affiliate link for it so that if you want to try it out, it'll be $19 a month for you instead of double that. So 30, 36, 38. I'm terrible at math. Anyway, it has beautiful emails. They're still in beta, so a lot of things are still coming out over time. Like, they don't have all of the functions, like data-wise and analytics-wise, that you would want right now, but they are headed in that direction, and they're really great. Their support line is great, and I just couldn't say anything bad about them. I really, really, really love Flodesk. So if you're looking for someone in the market that's not that expensive, the best thing about them also is that I forgot to mention this, that they don't charge more based off of your email list. So a lot of people and companies will do that, where if you have a certain amount of people, your list will cost this much a month, but if you have more people, then your list will cost this much a month. Flodesk doesn't do that. So you could have 2 people on your email list, you could have 5,000, and it doesn't matter. It's still $19 a month in the beta plan. So if you're interested in that, I will link down below for Flodesk. And what I use for my course platform right now is I have Kajabi for my batching breakdown course that's coming out super soon. Waitlist is down below in case you've missed out on hearing all about that. But I have also used Teachable in the past. Teachable is a really great, cheaper platform to use for course production. I actually really, really enjoy Teachable. I think it's $29 a month. Kajabi is fairly pricey, but the thing about Kajabi is that it's an all-in-one system. You can have your website on there, you can have your emails go through there, you can have all of your sales pages and like products and all of your stuff through there. And so that's why I ended up switching over to Kajabi, and I wanted to do it before I started really building my business so that I didn't have to pay someone to like move all of my stuff from like a different platform to Kajabi. Now I still use Flodesk for now just because I really, really like the way that their emails are, and my website is actually hosted through someone else. I just really like the way that courses run and things on Kajabi, but I'm slowly going to start moving my email over to there. Maybe not the website though, because I honestly love my website and it was professionally designed and I just don't want to do that. But that's what I use, Kajabi or Teachable. Now, as far as my website goes, I did get my website professionally designed a little over a year and a half ago, which is a pricey route to take, but it was beautiful and I love it so much. I am going to put a little screenshot of it over here because I just love it and I'm obsessed with it. I use it for both of my businesses right now. It's called whimsicallymusical.com, although I'm thinking of making one for just the Timely Teacherpreneur, but honestly, I'm using both of my businesses in that website right now, and it's been perfectly fine. Like I have a drop-down link for the Timely Teacherpreneur stuff, but with the subscription and the things that cost for my business, so I have my domains that I have to pay for, and then I also have like for my website to actually be hosted on WordPress, it's about $15 a month. I use Bluehost. I absolutely love Bluehost. They've been super helpful and super good at answering all of my questions. So that's what hosts my website through WordPress. And WordPress is the best one for SEO purposes. So for search engine optimization. So like making sure that it has a really good way of letting you make sure that your blog posts and things that you create is actually going to be able to be ranked on Google. That's why I went with WordPress. However, WordPress has the biggest learning curve. So if you are not tech savvy and you're going to plan on doing this all by yourself, there actually is a 5-day blogging or build your website challenge that Shannon Mattern does. I'll try and link that down below as well, where she works with WordPress. So that can definitely help you. I recommend WordPress, but just know it's a tricky beast to deal with. Another thing that I have invested in my business as far as images and mockups has been Kelly Harvil's images membership. So she is a professional photographer and she takes lots of wonderful photos and makes them mockups for teachers to use. Like she'll have crayons and pencils and highlighters and like kids actually holding like documents and things that you can use for your TPT products. And so I've been using those a lot. I've gotten really great feedback on the ones I've used for mockups, but her membership is really great. I believe it is quarterly and it's $75 each time, like per quarter. It's really great. She always is listening to requests of people asking like, what sort of photos would be better for you? What do you need more of? And then we always respond and she just pulls from the list and creates it. And she has it in all different colors. Like if you have specific colors for your brand, she'll do it for you. She's really great. I absolutely love her. And her membership has been great. So I'll make sure to link that down below if you're looking for like higher quality images and all of that good stuff. Another thing that I invested in for my business was Stacy Aguilar's design membership. I can't remember how much it is a month. It's not that bad. But I invested in hers more recently because I really wanted to learn more about designing like Instagram things and blog post images and also just designing slides for my course, because like she takes it, and I love how she does it. She breaks it down in a way where she actually teaches you like the principles of design, so that you know like when you should have white space and when too much is too much, and like how to not crowd things and like how to make things appealing to like people's eyes so that they are just drawn to your stuff. And it's been really helpful when I'm creating my research and stuff. And she also will give us like, slide templates and designs and like all of these things. And it's been really great. I'm just at that part of my business where I really want to learn more about the principles of design and things. Although you can easily just buy people's and then not have to worry about that. But that's just the point where I'm at. I want to make it all aesthetically pleasing the way that I want it to look. And so I've absolutely loved her membership. And she does monthly Q&A sessions or like office hours where you can drop what you're working on, and she will in real time like comment back on like your design and tell you how to change it and all of these things. It's been great. I'll link her down below too. There's going to be a lot of things linked underneath this video, but she's also definitely worth it. Okay, so also let's talk about what I use for search engine optimization, like to look for stuff like for keywords for my YouTube and for my website. Because I use two different things. I use Tubebuddy for YouTube because it's specifically designed for YouTube. I believe it's $12 a month. I can't exactly remember, but it helps you figure out how to title your YouTube videos in a way that people will actually like find them in search and click on them. Because if you're creating content, but like pretend you wrote like productivity tips and that's all you named it, and then like you expect yourself to be number one on that and you're like a low channel, that's probably not going to happen. And so if you want people to find your stuff, they have to be able to find it using the keywords that are best for you to use, that are like low competition for you but high search volume. And so Tubebuddy is what I use for YouTube, and then what I use for blogging is Ubersuggest. which that is $29 a month. They also have an unlimited plan where I think you can have it forever for $290. I typically will just get in, since I batch my blog posts quarterly, I will pay the $29 and then I'll invest again when it's time to invest again for that quarter. And I'll just batch it all in one sitting. But Ubersuggest is also really helpful as well. I definitely talked about that in my last video, but I use it to figure out what people are actually searching for. Because if I type something into Ubersuggest and then I find out no one's actually searching for it and I was going to title my blog post that would have been bad. So that's why we look for keyword research. We figure out what our audience is actually typing into Google so that we can make sure it is there waiting for them when they're looking. As far as editing my YouTube videos and creating them, I create them using my iPhone 12. This is all on my iPhone. And then I edit using iMovie, which is an app that is already installed into my iPhone and my iPad, which brings me to this bad boy. This iPad has been the best decision that I've made in my business in a while. One, because I build digital planners and I also love digital planning. So it's been really great in that regard. And I also have like the Apple Pen that goes with it. But I've really, really enjoyed getting to edit on here because it's really hard to move videos from my phone to my laptop because one's an iPad, one's like Mac and Apple, and then one's not. And so now this is a much bigger screen for me to edit on, and it has a lot more tools and it's a lot easier. So I use iMovie and my iPad for basically everything. And yes, I say the iPad is an investment because I actually am paying for it monthly because I got it as part of like my phone bill extension. But I mean, it's not cheap. Everybody knows iPads aren't cheap, but it was worth it. Worth it very, very much. So I love this iPad, and I also love using iMovie for editing my videos. Another thing that I'm currently using is Interact to make my quiz. So if you've been on my Instagram, then you know that I have a What's Your Chronotype quiz that is building like my email list. I've gotten at least 60 subscribers in the last 3 weeks from that quiz. I used Interact for that. It's about $29 a month, and it allows you to connect your email and like opt it in over to that and to actually host the quiz on your website, on your Instagram, anywhere that you want to host it. You could actually embed it into your website if you wanted. And so that's what I used for creating that quiz. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that down below as well in case you want to make a quiz. I think quizzes are a great way to build your email list. You need some sort of opt-in to get people to join. And I've always found that I like taking quizzes, and so other people like taking quizzes. And so that's what I used to make that Chronotypes quiz, which I will link that quiz down below as well if you want to see what I made using Interact. Then we have my wonderful wooden sign for my TPT business. I'm actually going to get one for the Timely Teacherpreneur soon, but isn't it beautiful? I just love it so much. I got this through a woman whose Etsy is Rhythmically Yours. I will definitely link her down below. Do I actually need this? No. Does it look nice in all of my YouTube videos? Yes. And does it look nice in my office and make me remember that like this is what I'm working towards? Yes, it does. And so it was a necessity for me. And then of course there's been other things that I've invested in for my business, like books that I've invested in to read for my business, or planners I've invested in, like digital ones, paper ones, all of those things, which everybody does. But I'm not going to spare the details of talking about all of those things because we'd be here forever. But I do want to finish with a couple of courses and memberships that I have invested in either right now or over the years that has really helped me with my teacher seller business. And maybe I'll make videos to talk about each one of these in more depth because I've done a lot of things. But we'll start with the first one that helped me get my business off of the ground. And that was, it started off as Transform Your Resources, and now I believe it's the CEO Teacher Academy or School. It's with Kayse Morris. That's the first one that I started with. I had no idea how to make teacher seller products at all, and that helped me do just that. And it's expanded so much more. She has like a membership now, all of these other things. It was really, really helpful. So if you're looking to figure out how to make resources from the ground up, then that's definitely a great one to look into. And so I don't use it anymore, but I've used it in the past. And one that I am using currently and that I've been using for about 2 years now is the Teacher Hustle University with Alissa Mcdonald. It is a ongoing membership, but also has like a course hosted within it. It is phenomenal. I'm actually in her course creators intensive right now. So it's like her group coaching program where she helps teach you how to build a course or a membership and then actually launch it. Like we're all launching together. Hence why the batching breakdown is launching soon, because I'm in her group coaching program. She's phenomenal. She's absolutely always there for her students. She's always in her membership and invested in doing Q&As and like hot seats and like all of these things. And I've learned so much from her on like the marketing side of business. It's been 100% worth it. I believe her membership now is $44 a month. I pay less than that because I've been in it for 2 years and it's gone up. But she is someone to definitely invest in if you're looking to further your business and you want a community, because the community has been it for me. I absolutely love that community. I love it so much. So I definitely will link down to her below because she is phenomenal. I've also invested in Thriving Teacher Academy with Jillian Fernandez, and she is also really great. So what I like about her, and I like about all of them, is that you can know how to build TPT products, but everybody has like their own thing that they bring to the table. And what I really like about hers is like the way that she teaches you how to do all of these different types of resources, like pixel art ones and like drag and drop, like Word, all of these different ones that like I never would have even thought to create or never knew how to create. She does that. And so I really love that she's in the techie side of that, but it's just also very clear that she also is very much in her community and is trying to help teacher sellers, you know, get as good as they can. And so she has a lot of different things to offer than Alissa, and she's a great place to start as well if you're interested in looking at how to build your TPT business and also market in that as well. And so I've really been enjoying hers as well. Hers is a course, no, it's a membership / course as well. Actually, no, it's not a membership because you don't pay for it monthly. It's a course. But there's a Facebook group that you get to join afterwards as an alumni, and she does one monthly Q&A call a month, like just recurring as part of her, like, thank you for buying the course / being in the TTA family. So I will link down there as below because that's also one that I've really, really enjoyed getting to be a part of. And then the last thing that I have to say that I've invested in, or the last couple of things, are just a couple of tech things for my business. So I've invested in a microphone over the years. I've invested in this Yeti one, Blue Yeti. It was about 110, I believe, but that was definitely worth it. I use it for my podcast and for interviews and things. I also use this removable clip, I don't know what you call it, wall mount thing. You can put your phone in it and it lets you record for like iPads and stuff for my digital planning videos. So this has been really great. This was about 30. I'll link that down below. All of these can be in my Amazon favorites in my shop. I also have a ring light, which I'm not going to show you right now because I'm using it, but it's a big ring light mounted behind my desk so that I can actually like get my work done for my business and things. And then I also have invested in a Cricut. My Cricut is beautiful. It was something I got with my income tax. I use it to make stickers because I'm starting to make an Etsy shop for music feature stickers and productivity stickers. I've also used it just as like gifts for like friends and family and things. But the Cricut was also something that I invested in for my business because I knew I wanted to start making stickers. And I wanted to start doing a lot more like Etsy shop type things just for like my business. And so that was another thing that I invested in. And so these are all tech things that I love. I've also invested in a laptop stand. So it just looks like this. This has been super helpful. I invested in a laptop last year because my Mac had kicked the bucket. It was about 12 years old and it was just ready to die. And then those are just the last bit of tech things that I've really, really been interested in. And then I'm sure I'm forgetting something or another because I literally I keep looking around my office and going, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. But we're going to cut it short with this. Those are all the things that I am currently investing in or that I have invested in my business. It just depends on what part of the stage you're at. Like if you're trying to just focus on TPT or even how to learn to make products, and I would recommend getting one of those courses and then definitely getting like Bearwood Labs. If you're trying to work more on like creating a course or things, then that would be where you start to work on getting a course platform like what I mentioned, or you would start, you know, working on the design part of it through like another membership so that you can learn how to actually like design your slides and like design your workbooks and all of those things. It really just depends where you're at in your business. I would love if you would comment down below on where you're at in your business. Like what is your biggest focus on your business right now? And yeah, with that, I hope that this was really helpful. I will hopefully have linked everything underneath this video so that if there was anything you heard about that you're like, I'd love more information on, it will be linked either in my Amazon or just as its own individual link underneath here. But I hope this video was very helpful. I always love like seeing underneath the rug or like the curtain of like other people's businesses. So I'm sure you probably did too. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe with all of your friends so that they can also find this page so that they can get more productivity tips, tricks, and just strategies as well for TPT and teacher sellers. But with that, I'm going to go. I have to record a couple more because if you are new around here or not, you know it's nap time hustle. My son is asleep. I've got to get work done. So with that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.